Good morning, everybody. It's an interactive show. So, I was a college professor in a previous time, and they did really good in the morning. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We've got to get you guys some better coffee. David, we need better coffee. I'm really excited to introduce our next group that's going to pitch for you, GoldFire. I've been in the video game industry professionally for 12 years, unprofessionally 16, and who knows when I started playing video games. And I remember the times when my father would tell me I'm not allowed to play games on the computer. Computers were for typing. And back in the day I didn't have a hard drive, so I would type up my game, print the code, turn it off, the next day reprint, add 10 lines, print again. And I would do that over and over and over until I realized I think I want to do this as a living. I want to teach people how to make movies and games. So I've now amassed clients like EA Games and Ubisoft, Xbox, the PlayStation Group. We now deal with people who make games professionally every day, all day, and that's my world. So when I had an opportunity to mentor a young group of people here in Oklahoma who want to make a game, I jumped at the chance because I didn't have a mentor, and that's really all I searched for, was for somebody to give me a hand in just learning the process of running a business. Mind you, we started 3 months ago, and what you're going to see, what these young people have done in 3 months, will blow your mind. Limited resources, they had to use what they had on hand, and they had to execute. And to see the work that they've accomplished, it'll blow your minds of how far they've come. I wanted to leave you with one little stat. 2011, video games sold more than the feature film industry generated. There's going to a game come out in about 2 weeks. This game cost about $130 million to make, and in the first week, they'll sell $700 million worth of games. And that's going to be the new Call of Duty game that's going to come out, Modern Warfare game. So $700 million in the first 6 days of sales. By the 7th day, it goes to international delivery, and they will hit $1 billion in the first 30 days on a $130 million investment. So you can tell that a lot of people are running to this new industry, and it's becoming more accessible. Everybody in here's got a smartphone, and everybody in here's got a game on it. So with that, I want to introduce the GoldFire Studios team.
Hi everyone, my name is James Simpson. I'm the CEO and founder of GoldFire Studios. We are creating the future of social gaming by enabling truly social experiences through community-based, real-time gameplay on any device. We have developed a social gaming platform that makes this future possible, and we're about to show you just what that future looks like. So in 1985, Nintendo released Mario, and consumers had to go to the store, buy a physical copy of the game, and that was the end of the transaction. In 2007, the launch of the Facebook platform changed all of this. Players could now access their games completely for free right through the internet, and they paid for these games through transactions such as virtual cows and chickens. Now, these new casual social games introduced hundreds of millions of new players into the world of video games. But as this market has continued to evolve, so have the needs of these players, and this has led to some problems. Simply put, today's casual social games just aren't all that social. The only reason these games are called social in the first place is because they happen to exist on top of a social network like Facebook, but they certainly don't present any sort of real social interactions. Do you remember the days when you could sit around a board game with friends and family and enjoy meaningful social experiences? That's what's missing from today's casual social games, and that leads to some more quantifiable problems. So when looking at the average lifespan of players on different types of games, there's a pretty sizable gap. So with the more casual social games, we can measure that average lifespan in days to weeks. Whereas with the more hardcore social games that offer real social interactions, like a World of Warcraft, for example, we can measure that average lifespan in months to years. Now, as it so happens, this also has a direct impact on revenue through conversion from free to paid players. So with these more casual social games, we see conversions of around 3%, which means 97% of all the players on these games never spend a dime. However, if you look at the other end of the spectrum, with these more hardcore social games like World of Warcraft, we see conversions upwards of 30%, albeit as part of a smaller subset of the video game player base. However, there also exists a sort of cross-section, often referred to as mid-core, that sees conversions upwards of 15%. This segment offers an even larger market opportunity than the other two segments, as this segment is seeing growth, as the casual market is seeing decline, because these newly introduced video game players are now looking for more sophisticated gameplay without going all the way to that level of a World of Warcraft type game. So this is the segment and the opportunity that GoldFire Studios is targeting, and we believe this is already a multi-billion-dollar segment of the video game market. So that's a little bit about what the problems are with today's social gaming. But now I'd like to talk a little bit about the background of GoldFire Studios, what the market looks like today, and where we're headed in the future. So the big question here is, why GoldFire Studios? Well, first of all, we have over 10 years of experience in the web game business. So for myself personally, I've been building games for the web since I was 13 years old. I sold my first game at the age of 14, and for the last 10 plus years, I've been building games and game-related products for the web that have been enjoyed by millions of people all around the world. GoldFire Studios has already launched 2 successful web games, as well as a web-based social gaming platform that we'll show you more about shortly. And our team is made up of 4 very passionate gamers who truly believe in this vision for the future of social gaming. And we just so happen to have assembled a team that's capable of making that vision a reality. So Luke Simpkins is our CTO. He's been creating games since he was in high school, and in fact, he won a Student Addy Award along the way for one of those games. Lane Brown, I might not want to forget, Luke was also in 2 other web startups, OneSite and Catalog.com. Lane Brown is our incredibly talented illustrator. He was actually named the Rising Star for 2011 in Imagine FX magazine. And then Gabe Miller is our 3D artist, who's able to take those amazing creations and turn them into 3D objects that our players can then interact with. So we find ourselves with an interesting opportunity of timing, and specifically timing with technology. So HTML5 is a new set of technologies that allow for native application-like functionality right within the browser. And we're finally at the point where, both support and performance-wise, where HTML5 is capable of running high-quality gameplay experiences right within the browser on any device. We're also at the point where the majority of today's internet users are now running HTML5 capable browsers. So these are the technologies that we are building on top of with our game platform and our games. We also find ourselves at an interesting crossroads of not just timing in technology, but timing in the market as well. So companies like Zynga really carved out this large new market, but as you've probably seen in their performance, declining user numbers, this is due to the fact that we are increasingly becoming a world where the home has multiple devices that are capable of running high-quality gameplay experiences. And as consumers continue to demand these experiences, companies like Zynga and other casual game makers have failed to make that transition off of Facebook and PC. And this has led to, specifically for Zynga, a decline in user base of 10% just in the last 30 days alone. So GoldFire Studios and our game platform offer the solutions to today's social gaming problems and the ability to fill this new gap that's being created. So the video game market as a whole is the fastest growing entertainment industry in the world today, estimated to reach $70 billion in just the next 2 years. And it's actually social gaming that's driving the majority of that growth. More specifically, it's social gaming off of Facebook, which is the segment that we are targeting and is estimated to reach close to $6 billion in just the next 2 years alone. And again, the reason for that comes back to, again, that fact that we have more and more devices that are capable of running these high-quality gameplay experiences, and that just leads to increased activity across the board. So that's what social gaming looks like today, but what does the future hold? Well, first of all, it has to do with persistent cross-device gameplay. So we currently have great games on PC, tablets, mobile phones, and TVs, but what we don't have is the ability to play the same great game with the same great experience with the same people on and across all these different devices. So the future of social gaming allows us to, again through the browser, take any of these devices here and turn them into a single interconnected gaming platform. And this will continue to become even more important as we push forward into this post-PC world, where already post-PC devices such as tablets and smartphones are outpacing PC sales 2-to-1. The future also has to do with real-time multiplayer gameplay. So we currently have great functionality for this on platforms like Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, but it's painfully lacking pretty much everywhere else, and where we do have it, it's locked down into those specific platforms. So again, through the browser, the future of social gaming allows us to bring this same real-time experience to any device and any platform. And for example, I could be playing on my mobile phone against my friend who's on their tablet or TV, for example, which really isn't possible today. And finally, it comes down to truly social. So being social doesn't mean cornering yourself away into your current tightly defined social circle like today's casual social games force you to do. It's about branching out, meeting new people, and becoming part of a larger game community. That is what provides extra value to the player beyond the gameplay itself. It gives them a stake in the game and a reason to keep coming back day after day, month after month. And ultimately, this is what drives up those metrics like average player lifespan and revenue from conversion from free to paid players. So now I'm going to hand it off to Luke, our CTO, who's going to show you what we've been working on, as well as how this future of social gaming is right around the corner.
Thank you, James. I'm going to walk you through a little demo where we follow a fictional player named Mark as he interacts with our truly social platform and plays Casino RPG, our upcoming massively multiplayer game. What you see in front of you is the GoldFire platform. This is the place that users can access their games, and it offers a host of community-based tools, and it exists 100% inside the browser. You can see 3 games on the platform right now, 2 of which Mark has already played, but the 3rd Casino RPG he has yet to try out. But in just a moment, he's about to get an invite from his friend John, inviting him to try out Casino RPG. All Mark has to do is select that invite, and he is placed directly in the game, ready to play, because he's already a member of the GoldFire platform. Casino RPG is a game that we've developed recently that offers ever-popular Vegas-style games such as poker, blackjack, and slots, wrapped inside of this vast, persistent world where users can take whatever they win and reward themselves by customizing their player, their apartment, or even owning their very own casino. Mark is about to walk into his very own casino for the first time right now, and it will be a blank slate ready for him to customize however he pleases. Now with Casino RPG, we've focused on this concept of player ownership and customization because these features, when combined with in-depth social interactions, is going to provide an experience that users will come back to day after day. Now after placing a couple bars, Mark might make the decision to make a premium purchase, such as an aquarium for his casino. Premium purchases on our platform require universal currency, gold, which can be purchased by clicking gold in our toolbar, choosing a payment option, and within moments, the transaction will be processing and complete, and the player will be ready to start making premium purchases. Now, we don't limit these premium purchases on our platform to virtual goods. This can be anything that provides value and content to the game without hindering players who have yet decided to make a purchase. Now, after fully customizing his casino, Mark might want to jump in another game while he waits for players to join him. So he selects games, selects the game he wants to join, and he easily transitions to this other game. Now, this easy transition between games allows us to launch a game on the platform and achieve rapid adoption as players move between the games. So after fighting a T-Rex, Mark will probably be ready to jump back into his casino and see who's joined him inside. So he transitions back to Casino RPG the way he got to BC Wars, and you can see that in fact a few players have enjoyed him in his casino. Now he might perhaps now want to jump in a hand of poker with a friend or go explore the city, but his wife has come home. She needs to use the computer. So all he has to do, since he's using a GoldFire product, is pick up a tablet or any other browser-ready device, and he can jump back into the same game, back into the same place, ready to continue playing where he left off. So I'm going to pass it back to James now, who's going to continue talking about our progress.
Thanks, Luke. So this game platform that Luke just demoed for you is completely our own. We built it from the ground up with real-time and community at its core, and it is live right now at goldfire.me with players enjoying it this very moment. Casino RPG, our new flagship game that Luke also just demoed for you, is not just some tech demo or prototype that you might see results from 6 months to a year from now. It's an actual game that will be in beta testers' hands in just the next 60 days. Our game platform also has significant traction on it today, with over 230,000 registered users from 128 countries around the world, who have combined for over 3.5 million hours of total gameplay on the 2 games we have today. Now, all these games on our platform are free to play and monetized through virtual goods and in-game bonuses, similar to how today's casual social games operate. However, the difference comes down to that conversion from free to paid players. We, again, are targeting that mid-core audience that converts upwards of 15%, as opposed to the minuscule 3% that many of today's casual social game makers have to deal with. What this allows us to do is focus on generating a much higher average lifetime value for each and every player that we acquire on our platform. The second part of this has to do with third-party developers. So we are developing Casino RPG as a way to set that bar high, prove what can be done on the web and specifically on our platform, and then use those tools that we've developed along the way in order to empower other game developers to create the world's most truly social games right on top of our platform. This presents us with an even larger opportunity as it allows us to mitigate our risk by creating a future-proof platform that can then accelerate our own earning potential through the success of other game developers on our platform. Now, in order to start this future of social gaming now, we are looking for an investment of $500,000 in order to expand our team, invest in marketing for Casino RPG and our game platform, and continue our research and development efforts. Assuming no revenues, this investment will take us through the end of 2013, as well as give us the opportunity to start bringing third-party developers on board. With the public launch of Casino RPG slated for early 2013, we project a break-even of around the end of the year, as well as net profits in excess of $20 million in year 5 through a combination of direct game revenues and transaction fees up to 30% collected from other game developers on our platform. So, casual social game companies today are in decline. Real-time, community-based gameplay and cross-device is clearly the future of this fast-growing, multi-billion-dollar market. Our game platform offers the solutions to today's social gaming problems, and we have the team that's capable and passionate enough to make this vision a reality. Why we are doing this is because we want to put the social back into gaming. We want to once again prove that games can be about so much more than just marketing, like companies such as Zynga and EA would lead you to believe. Our game platform can become the social fabric that binds millions of players all around the world to meaningful experiences that can span a lifetime. A marketing company can't do those things. Only a game company with community at its core can make this vision a reality, and that company is GoldFire Studios. So we will be in the lobby afterwards to answer any questions you might have. We'll also have a live demo of Casino RPG and our platform available, so we'd love for you to stop by. Thank you very much.